This video is brought to you by CatBeast.com. Design your own custom snapbacks and hats.
And what makes CatBeast even a whole lot more better is there is a ton of different types of hats you can make, and they can even be branded such as New Era, so there is absolutely no reason why you would say that this is not cool. What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So before we kick this one off, I saw a really good question actually on Twitter from the Avengers SE fan account, which if you guys don't follow, check out definitely. It is a really cool account to follow, but they posted a tweet saying, anyone want a Marvel Knights DLC? Now this was very interesting. I want you guys to leave your opinions and thoughts on this in the comment section below, because I've been seeing a lot of people reply to this question. For example, saying I need a Ghost Rider to be in Marvel Avengers, whilst you get some people saying no, focus on characters traditionally are linked with the Avengers. But going on the whole basis that this will be a game you can play for, years to come, etc, they are definitely going to add a lot of characters into the game, but is the number of characters that we are kind of assuming underestimated or overestimated? You guys leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Now we have something like 20 or so days left until Gamescom, where all leaks that we have of course seen will become official. And I am also assuming that every single person working on this game realizes that everything secretly shown was also leaked, and that they won't basically just go ahead and reveal what we have seen, but officially, because that's just a whole nother ball game. You definitely don't want to be in a situation like that. One like equals one prayer on that stuff, but it's happened again. Alright, more leaked footage has happened again, but this time it shows basically Captain America shield throwing. Now this is very spectacular because it's not something we've seen, and we also do see something else in this with Iron Man. So again, first time ever seeing this. We see Iron Man's melee attacks as well, and again, this has not been something shown before out of all the leaks of the little gameplay until now. And oh boy, every single time I see these leaks and more that basically comes out that just hasn't officially been revealed, I definitely question why on earth have the devs not gone ahead and shown this to the entire world, because we are now on edge. We are now literally just waiting until Gamescom, and again, the hope is that they don't just go ahead and reveal something we've already seen. Now you basically see in Captain America's footage that the game actually transitions from a cutscene right into gameplay. Now there has officially been no mention how the game balances with the cutscene and the gameplay, but it looks like, and this is what according to Comic Book actually said, worth pointing out as well, they said it looks like it will be a mix and match between them both together. Meanwhile though, the brief Iron Man footage reveals basically how versatile his gameplay will be, which allows of course players to switch between the on-ground combat to the air combat basically whilst you're flying. So apparently the whole sort of transition between that is very smooth, but something again that we've not really seen so much of is that cutscene, and sometimes it's really important because A, it can get really frustrating, or B, it does actually come across more interesting and almost feels like a part movie / game, etc, like kind of becoming realistic in that sense. Now if it was an option where it's actually going to be like, sometimes sure you can skip most cutscenes and what be it, but sometimes you actually have to watch certain cutscenes that last like, let's say, I don't know, a minute or two, realistically speaking, depending on what sort of situation you're in, and then it always goes into gameplay. If it's gonna be like that, me personally, again, everyone is different, but I think that will ruin the whole gameplay experience entirely. For me, gonna be completely honest, it's very rare that I would sit for a whole cutscene. Sometimes I kind of gather what's going on in like the first few seconds of a cutscene, and then I just skip that. I really never go ahead and watch the whole cutscene unless I'm replaying the game, because then it becomes interesting. But the first time you're playing it, for me, I just want to dive straight into that gameplay. So I am very much hoping that it's not a situation where you do go ahead and have to go through certain cutscenes that then consistently switch into you doing combat in that section or whatever it may be. But from seeing the gameplay with Captain America specifically, and more so Iron Man as well, but Captain America, when it comes down to him throwing the shield, does seem very smooth. The whole combat doesn't feel stiff. you know, vice versa with Iron Man, nothing feels stiff on that. But I've seen a lot of people saying that although Hulk is meant to be this polished up character, with his gameplay, essentially like when he's running and jumping across a bridge, a lot of people are calling it a bit stiff. Not gonna lie, I can see what they mean. It's not really a biggie though to me. You guys get in the comment section below and let me know what you think. Now, how long the full demo is or what they will release, again, I'm not entirely sure, as I've seen some people say it's about 12 minutes, whilst other people say it's a lengthy one and shows a lot of things, because don't forget, of course, just in Gamescom, they went ahead and showed the whole customization sort of section of things, etc. So if you tie that into the gameplay demo, I'm probably going to assume maybe around the 20-minute mark. That's a realistic number. That way it kind of gives you all the things you want to see, but at the same time, definitely not making everything repetitive. Now, what is very important to not forget as well, that I did forget about, that is the two main villains in this game, which again, we have seen very minimal of. Now, just a reminder, these two villains that have officially been revealed by the devs themselves are of course the Abomination and Taskmaster. Now, again, these are the only ones that have officially been revealed, so how many more enemies are there? We have no idea whatsoever, but it's safe to say that a lot of people are definitely, you know, assuming what ones could possibly be there. Now, to wrap this video up, I saw some interesting little topics on the Reddit account for Marvel Avengers, again, which if you guys don't, you know, follow or check out, you definitely should. I will leave the links for this in the description below, but it's always something interesting, because with all the leaked suits that we've seen for Captain America, Black Widow, and of course Thor with the Viking one as well, that was a really cool one. We haven't really seen a whole ton of, you know, suits for, of course, Hulk. I mean, we saw the Joe Fixit one, which was a good one. Then there was the other one where it almost seemed like God of War inspired. We know that one of the guys who worked heavily on that game when it comes down to combat is working on it, so whether or not that's, you know, essentially like an Easter egg or what be it, that is going to be in the game. But two of the ones that seemed interesting, the first one we do have by Carton Berries that actually pointed out, I really want this suit for Hulk in the Marvel Avengers game. Again, he is armored up to the max in this one, and kind of go for that whole lot of Roman kind of look, and I think that does, you know, definitely separate it from all the other ones we are going through. And I feel like when you do have certain suits, and of course you're going to get certain perks, in this one, of course, where he's more naturally armored up, you just simply might not take as much damage from hits as if you would if you were in like a Joe Fixit suit, because you basically have nothing protecting you. That would be realistic and that would make sense. And then of course you got another one here, which is an interesting one, because with this whole new Avengers sort of, I guess, skin, if you will, I've seen a lot of people talk about it, but we got this one from Max that says, I hope we get a Professor Hulk skin, comment your favorite Hulk skin. So a lot of people are saying if we're going to get any Hulk skin from the movies, it's going to be the Gladiator Hulk from Ragnarok. So that is another interesting little theory. Again, how many skins are going to be added into the game, how often they will be added into the game in general, and whether or not they will be community inspired. I always mention this, because to me it's so important to have a feature where, you know, the community essentially has, you know, that sort of impact towards the game on that. And it was actually a comment by one of you guys who goes by the name Jake on the last video that literally said, wouldn't it be cool if there's a community creations thing where you could download other costumes made by other people? I have been saying this at least for a solid year, and it still hasn't happened in the game, so if that did happen, it would be good. Also worth pointing out, which was another one, is from a guy called Creative, who said, who else wants Ragnarok outfit and OG4 2011 outfit? I am going to go crazy if that is basically in the game. Then you got stuff like Stormbreaker, a whole lot as well, and again, there is stuff that has officially been announced, like the Mark II for Iron Man, so there's a lot of skins already going to be there, you know, when it comes down to launching the game. So to me, it's all about what they will consistently add into the game, because things do get repetitive fast, and I guess you want there to be, you know, something new. At least every couple of months it might be a season thing. Again, we just don't know how that is going to work, but It depends how long they want the game to last, I guess. But you guys get in the comment section below and leave all your thoughts on, the stuff we spoke about in the video, and especially at a question at the beginning of the video: does anyone want a Marvel Knights DLC, or do you guys want these, guys just as purely stay with people related to the Avengers, or is it safe to say just go out the box, make these characters in the game like a Fantastic Four DLC, completely out the game in that sense, but you can be these characters when it comes down to the online mode, etc. You guys get in the comment section below and let me know. But that's going to wrap up this one here. As always, if you are not yet subscribed, subscribe for more awesome content. I will see you in the next one. Until then, as always, have yourselves a ridiculously amazing day, and adios amigos.